I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Every man has a duty to question the lies. When DC turns its back and looks us in the eyes, the deep state had chains, but we shattered every link. Now the engine is roaring, full throttle, no blame. They mocked us from their towers while the country nearly fell, but the fire in us answered, red, white, and blue as hell. From the mountains to the prairies, hear the thunder in the streets. A million boots marching to the same damn beat. We are the Patriot Confederation. We are the Patriot Confederation. The Patriot Confederation, we are the Patriot Confederation. They called us conspiracy theorists, tried to bury the flame, but the flame became wildfire, and we're done with the shame. Washington's courage, Jefferson's pen, Declaration of Independence, let it ring again. The Constitution's promise, Bill of Rights held high, Old Glory still waving through the smoke in the sky. This is bigger than party, it's bigger than pride. It's the soul of a nation that they try to divide. When the eagle screams and the Liberty Bell rings, well, defend what I found is built with everything. No more shadow, no more lies. Look up, brothers and sisters, see the fire in our eyes. We are the Patriot Confederation. We are the Patriot Confederation. We are sworn to the Constitution till the day that we die. The Patriot Confederation, forever we rise.
As the Patriot Confederation, we do not bend, we do not break. We stand on the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights. Liberty will never fall.
This is the Patriots Prayer Network, where truth matters.
The following is a presentation of AOW Productions.
The views and opinions by the hosts and guests of this program do not reflect those of the Patriots Prayer Network, its owners and/or associates. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Every patriot has an obligation to question authority. Those who are honest are not concerned with your watchful vigilance, and those with integrity are not concerned with your discernment. Every American is obligated to voice their concerns and stand up for their freedoms and liberties.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are the men in the arena. We are the Patriot Confederation.
We will never back down from a fight. We're undefeated Americans.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Patriot Confederation for what is the 7th of July, 2026. I'm your host, Bad Billy, out of Twin Falls, Idaho, joined as always by John Grosvenor out of Nashua, New Hampshire, New England, and I hope you had a fantastic 4th of July.
Oh, absolutely, man. I tell you what, I went and saw that movie. What's that movie? Young George, I think, from Angel Studios is awesome, Billy.
Young Washington, I think.
Yep, that's it. Young Washington. I'll get the name wrong, but yeah, what a great movie! I'm telling you, if you haven't seen it yet, go see it. The best way you can spend your 4th of July. Well, not the best way. I mean, if you could have been in DC, I hear it was dynamic.
I've got to check it out. And by the way, I have a link that I'll send you to Citizen Vigilante. There's a movie there. Once you start watching it, you can understand why it's not liked so much.
Well, I'm saying I think we should start a movement to bring back the militia, man. Maybe we need to start taking over and running these drug lords out of our country. What do you think?
Start running the cartels, the radical Islamists, people that don't belong here. Yeah, because the police aren't going to do the job. I mean, ICE can only do so much. Trump can only do so much.
That's what militia was for back in the day. They policed things. They took care of things. They got matters done in their own homes. Exactly. They didn't have police back in the day. They also didn't have crime like they do today.
Exactly. Anyway, joining us this week, I want to welcome back Dan Happel out of the Big Sky Country. And, of course, I'll be seeing him this next weekend at the Red Pill Expo. Dan, thank you very much for joining us. How are you today, sir?
Well, I'm just great, Billy. Thank you. And thank you, John, for hosting me. And I want to tell you, it was a wonderful Independence Day. And we've made it through another one. We've just got to make sure that we do everything in our power to protect what's left of this country, so that we can return it to what it was originally intended to be.
Exactly.
I got to tell you, Dan, there's somebody I met at one of the prior Red Pill Expos that I'm kind of not too happy with, just because of a comment that he left, even though I know he was probably being realistic. But, I don't want to, I'm not going to throw his name out there or throw him under the bus or anything. But he was running his own social media platform, and just as I'd done on all my social media, I put out a message for Independence Day, and I captioned it, "God bless our republic." And he came back, commented, and said, "We do not have a republic. How can you say that? You're enslaved." And I didn't say anything. I just kept my mouth shut. But
what did he say we had? I hope he didn't say we had a democracy.
No,
that's what we have, but it's not meant to be that way. Yeah.
Well, democracy is important. I mean, that's one thing that those of us on our side need to realize. Whereas the left keeps saying "save our democracy," we keep saying "constitutional republic." But too many of us on our side seem to forget that democracy is important. Now, to say that we are a democracy is like to say that we are a hammer or a saw or a screwdriver, because democracy is a tool. It's not what we are.
Well, there's two forms of democracy, right? You've got direct democracy, like the left likes to refer, and then you've got representative democracy,
Right.
which makes part of our republic. We vote people in to represent us in Washington, D.C. We don't have a direct democracy. Otherwise, that would lead to mob rule. And that's the problem we have with the left. And we're seeing that, the way they behave.
Exactly.
Well, and one of the problems with representative democracy is that we've allowed too long people to lead us who are not only incapable of leadership, but they are leading us down the wrong path. So,
well, things got turned around, didn't they, Dan? I mean, so we used to, or the design of our country was we the people, by consent of the people. We vote people in, but parties are making the agenda and telling us this is what's best for us and giving us some sort of impression like it was our idea in the first place, when in fact we never participated in the planning. We were never invited to the planning party. So we're told what we can and we cannot have and treated like we should just back that up, and people act accordingly.
Yeah, they do. And speaking of that, I'm going to do a little plug for the Red Pill Expo that we're going to be doing, because as usual, I'm involved in that program, and I'm doing a PowerPoint program the program is called "The Party is Over," and it's a critique of the two-party system and how we've allowed it to get completely out of control, and what we need to do to take government back in our own hands. And the only way that'll happen is participation.
Well, that right there, participation is the key, because of what we just saw in our primary elections here in Idaho, as the number just burns in my head. 16% of the population showed up to vote.
Well, and not only that, but they allowed outside parties to influence those elections in a way that they got rid of 8 of the best legislators in the entire country ended up getting scrapped. Oh, did you lose me?
I was waiting for Billy to say something about no, Dan. We heard what you said.
Okay.
We just get this weird feedback between. I don't know if it's how Billy and our systems interact or something to do with the cloud service or what goes on. But man, we get this weird audio feedback that it sounds like a crash. Crash.
No, I had a video kick on as I tried to switch a page, and I was trying to mute my mic before that started. Carry over, and basically bury everything Dan was saying. But no, the outside influence, of course. That's what took over Colorado, and now that's what they're saying happening in Idaho, Montana, Wyoming. They're trying to take these states. Yeah, they're aiming for Oklahoma and especially West Virginia, because West Virginia is the reddest state on the map.
And Kentucky, they managed to get rid of one of the best legislators in the entire country. And frankly, I'm very disappointed in President Trump. He's been endorsing some real rhinos and some real problem children, and they did it. He did it in Montana as well. And all I could say is that he's either very poorly advised, or he's attacking the best people that really were the reason that he got elected in the first place.
I think what happened is Trump during his first term realized he needs the support of the party, so he kind of made some sort of a alliance with the party. And so sometimes I think they get a little bit of a pull. They're kind of like you said, he's getting bad information and he's going along with the party because these are the picks for the party. And I've seen this before, even with the Republican Party, is they'll have their favor and their favor is going to win. They're going to make sure that person gets in there no matter. I've seen people who are front runners that didn't win. It wasn't because they couldn't. It was because they were interfered with by their internally.
Right. And that's happened a bunch. It's happening in Montana too, and that's why I say that my PowerPoint presentation is the party is over, because fact is the Democrat Party has gone full-blown cultural Marxist, and the Republican establishment Republican Party has gone full-blown corporate fascist. And frankly, we need to get back to government of, by, and for the people. We don't need any form of socialism. We need a form of freedom. And the only way we're going to get that back is if we try to get involved ourselves and we gain it back, and we gain it back the hard way, participation.
Mm-hmm. George Washington warned us in his farewell address that he referred to them as corporations and said one day we will be serving the party as opposed to the party serving us. And it seems to have worked out that way quite well. What is your solution to gaining this back? I mean, because I'm of the opinion that people on the left and the right have had enough of both parties. They've had enough of this nonsense. We've been in a state of political warfare for probably 16 years that we can really identify with. And it's been brutal. It's been ugly. And I think Americans have had enough of it. And when you talk to most people, they align somewhere in the middle. They're really not too far right. They're really not too far left. And I think they're kind of sick and tired of this fighting and this bickering going on back and forth. They see it as destroying our country.
Yeah, I absolutely. And I think if you look at the ends of the political spectrum, many of the original, the Dixiecrats, or the traditional Democrats, are very, very conservative people, and the traditional Republicans were very conservative people. They tended to be more on the side of small business. They were usually from that segment of the population where a lot of the Democrats, like my parents, were farmers. They came from rural part of the country. And I don't think any of us are happy with how far we've gotten away from our Constitution and from what really is a grounding of our country. And I got to become great friends with one of the most liberal Democrats that was ever part of the U.S. Congress, and that's Cynthia McKinney. And I don't know if you remember Cynthia, but boy, she was a firebrand. I'm telling you, she'd tackle just about anything. But as it turned out, even though she was considered one of the most liberal Democrats, she was actually one of the most constitutional Democrats, and they ran her out of the Democrat Party and supported her opponent to get rid of her. And what a shame, because she was somebody that was there for the right reason.
That's what they do. She wasn't playing their game. That's like what's her name? Was it Kristen Sinema or Senator Sinema? Anyway, and they ran her out because she didn't vote for getting rid of the filibuster. She voted against them, and they literally ran her out.
Yeah, Kirsten Sinema was a real surprise because she started out as a really liberal Democrat in Arizona. And when she became a senator, all of a sudden she started voting on really solid footings of conservative values. And she turned out to be, actually, I sent her money in her campaign because she was way more conservative than some of the Republicans that were there, like Jeff Flake. You know, they had some people there that pretended to be conservatives, but they weren't.
Yes. Well, let's go ahead and pause it right here and take our first break, and we'll be back in about a minute and a half.
We all need more nutrients and nitric oxide in our bodies. Elevate your heart health with Cardio Miracle, a nitric oxide supplement that promotes and sustains the body's natural production of nitric oxide. Cardio Miracle produces more nitric oxide in the body, produces it faster, and sustains it longer. Take charge of your health and enjoy life to the fullest. Visit the Bearded Patriots affiliates page, thebeardedpatriots.com/affiliates.
Have you ever wondered why so much of what you hear in the media feels filtered or even manipulated? The truth is, most major news outlets are controlled by collectivists, people who think it's their duty to shape what you believe. So the common man ends up with a so-called correct opinion. At needtoknow.news, we do things differently. We provide unfiltered news and commentary as an antidote to the mainstream's newspeak. Here, there are no distractions with sports or celebrity gossip. Instead, we focus on what truly matters: your freedom, your health, and your financial security. And while we stand for individualism, we promise this: we'll never twist the facts just to fit our view. Even if the truth is uncomfortable, we'll report it anyway and let truth have its voice. Join thousands who refuse to be misled. Sign up for the needtoknow.news newsletter today and start seeing the world as it really is.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Once again, we're joined by Dan Happel. He's the host of Connecting the Dots, good friend of mine that I've been speaking with for the past few years. And of course, we've met at the Red Pill Expo every time I've been there. And I just want to reflect on something else you said a little while ago, Dan, and that is how they seem to elect the wrong people.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I mean, look at the problems, of course, New York City is having. Even though you have idiots like Harry Sisson who are telling people how great Zoran Madamni is. You know, but in all reality, he promised all this free stuff that we knew that was going to be a big crash and burn, and it's all crumbling down. And then, of course, they want to call us fascists. They want to call us Nazis and whatever, but the state of Maine wants to, we're about to put in this guy, Graham Planter, who's got a neo-Nazi tattoo. You know, how much he believes in any of that, I don't know. But, of course, there's allegations of rape, and more than one woman is stepping up. So this is turning out to be a mess, and it looks like he's very close to dropping out of the race, even though...
No, well, that would be a good thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's endorsed by what, Bernie Sanders?
Yeah, well, all I could tell you, buddy, is that we've gone from a country that has elections to a country that has selections, and those selections are made by the people that have the most money and the most power.
You know what? I got to say this too is. I think those of us on the conservative side, we did not pay close enough attention to what happened in 2020 before November. Mm-hmm. I mean, we we were kind of looking at Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, and like, who cares? Trump's going to beat either of them. The truth is, though, is that Bernie was the greatest threat to President Trump's retaining the White House, because Joe Biden couldn't do it. He couldn't pack a crowd, and Bernie could. And the Democrats, they started the first steal. The first steal of 2020 was Biden stealing it from Bernie Sanders, because there's no way in a fair election he was going to beat Bernie Sanders.
Well, same thing with Hillary in 2016. She won the primary to run against Trump, and the fact is Bernie Sanders was light years ahead of Hillary Clinton in the primaries, and they just cheated and stole and bought their way through it until they got rid of him.
Wasserman Schultz and Hillary Clinton worked with the delegates to take that from Bernie Sanders. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think if we would have paid attention to that going on in 2020, we could have possibly done something in the main election. We could have been more prepared for what was about to happen, I think.
Well, I'm going to bring up an interesting point, guys. Let's go back to the 2008 and then the 2012 elections, because there were two very popular, very far apart candidates who should have been the candidates selected or elected, I should say, to both of their parties. And that was Ron Paul, representing the Republicans, and Bernie Sanders representing the Democrats. Boy, now that would have been an election that would really match people of a very different culture and a very different background and a very different ideology against one another. That would have been a fabulous election. And I guarantee you it would have been a catfight, but at the same time, I'll bet you $10 to a donut that it would have been a Ron Paul election. Mm-hmm. And frankly, I was there. I was involved in Montana politics, and they completely stole the election from Ron Paul. He won it all over the country through caucuses, through primaries, everything else, and they rigged that election. There was no way he could win.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, then again, 2012 is rumored to have been the testing ground for the hammer and scorecard. Mm-hmm. From what I understand, is that